Gotta keep going, gotta keep flowing, even when you're feeling low. What about that? What about that, man? What about that concept of music? What about the concept of music? What about the concept of music? Where do we glow when we glow? Where do we go when we shine? Where do we go when we keep it real till the end of time? Where do we go when we glow? Where do we go when we shine? Where do we go when we keep it real till the end of time? How do you feel when you're lonely? How do you feel when you're happy? How do you feel when they phony? How do you feel? How do you feel when they real? How do you feel when they love? How do you feel when they embrace you? It must be from above. How do you know it's real love? How do you know it ain't fake? How do you know how to feel from the bullshit we take? How do you know how to struggle? How do you know how to live? How do you know when you have less? You still gotta give. How do you know when you're strong? How do you know when you're weak? How do you know when you pass on things and avoid defeat? How do you know when you're struggling? How do you know when you're doing alright? How do you know when you're feeling inside your heart alright? How do you know when they're caring? Or how do you know when they don't? How do you know when they love you? Or how do you know that they don't? How do you know when you lose yourself? And how do you know you gotta come back and find yourself and start over again? Because it's spiritual attack right up on your mind. But we always using our heart. You always gotta stay magnetic to the earth from the start. And how do you know when you're lonely? And how do you know if she's real? How does she know she want me when she got that sex appeal? How do I tell her I need her, but at the same time she gotta come correct? And how can I tell her when I'm lonely? I'ma need conversation more than sex. And how can I tell her when she's standing right in front of me on her feet? And baby, even both of us hungry. Sometimes spiritually we gotta eat. How do I raise my hand way up to the sky? And how come when I'm sad, I stop drinking, I stop getting high? And how do I still stay focused and style how to still do me? And how do I feel when I'm lonely, still walking alone in the streets? And how do I do when people ignore me? And how do I feel when they smile? How do I feel inside my heart is the only thing that matters now. So if you really hear me, I hope that you can feel me. I said if you really hear me, I hope that you can feel me. Now it's a reflection itself, reflecting everything you feel. It's almost like touching a tree branch, 'Cause you know everything is real. I'm not trying to be confused about nothing that I'm feeling. 'Cause in this lifetime, everything must be fulfilling. Yeah. Everything must be fulfilling. Everything must be fulfilling. Everything must be fulfilling. Yeah. What's up? What's up? What's up? Are you ready? Let's go. I know, and she knows. I know, and she knows. I know, and she knows. Say she know what. I know she wanna. I can't really say, but I know she want to. I can't really say, but I know she want to come back another day. 'Cause I know she wants me the way she smiles, and she ain't seen a guy of my status in a while. But I could be arrogant, but I stay humble, because I know inside her heart her hummer's gonna rumble. 'Cause she gonna feel the passion that I speak when I see her. Her heart is magnifying all the message. I know I can see her. 'Cause this is all magical. I'm lost in the play. I wanna take a hand and propose to her like I'm up on the stage. But really if I do that, then she gonna come back for more. 'Cause she gonna like the way it play out, and I know she gonna show her love for sure. But maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I should act out real. Play and fulfill her heart, and that way I can keep it real. But it's all theatrical at the end of the day. So don't confuse off anything anyone say. Say. Don't confuse off what no one says. Don't confuse off what no one says. 'Cause I don't want to break her heart, and I don't want to make her cry. I just want to stand by her side. 'Cause I don't want to break her heart, and I don't want to make her cry. I just want to stand by her side. And even if I don't get past the friend zone, as long as she know I kept it real, never left her alone, then I got a piece of her heart, and that's the way it should be. So you know in her heart, I know she feeling me. I know she's feeling me. I know that she's feeling me. I know she's feeling me. And I know that she's feeling me. Oh, what's up, y'all? Welcome to my live. I'm just being myself. Welcome. Got a song coming out June 14th. Yeah. Someone says I can feel Fly. All right, I see you. Somebody subscribed. Okay, I see you, Rebecca. Nick. I don't know who that guy is. That's funny. This is how I used to do it back in the day. You know, like in the 50s and 60s, they'd be in there jamming all day. That's the Ray Charles era. So I think you know, they would play live and stuff like that and just jam. You know, back in the day when you had musicians like from the 50s, 60s, like Ray Charles and them and Hendrix and Chuck Berry, they would just play they would just play music all day. Sometimes they would be playing music for like hours, you know? And like I don't know like how younger musicians do it now, but I don't play for hours, but they were in nightclubs playing like for hours playing music. And every time I'm singing or I'm working on some music, I always think to myself, wow, the musicians back in the day, they didn't even have it this easy. You know, they couldn't just go on a live stream and just be singing and play music. But however, musicians back in the day were working so hard, and I always respect them. You know, um, Ray Charles, Chuck Berry, you know, all these old school rock stars, people that helped do the funk with the jazz and the rhythm and the blues and the rock and roll. Like I'm grateful for all those musicians that helped to bring, you know, music to what it is today. So I so I just wanted to say that because I was on here singing. If you guys want to listen to the earlier part of this video, and I have a release coming out on June 14th. Um, Love Do You Still? Um, it's a song, so be sure to add it to Spotify, Apple Music, and if you want to purchase it, you can purchase it off Bandcamp. You know, help support my artistry and mission. But yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in. I'm Artist James World 9001, uh, and I'm an artist, songwriter, producer, uh, singer, and I do theater. Uh, that's yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, all right. Well, I'll see you guys later, and please subscribe so you can stay tuned uh, whenever I get back into my theatrical art form, or if I decide to come back and sing. Enjoy your day, guys. Have a terrific evening.